Winnicott. I'm Tyler Anderson.
And I'm Mikey Trainer. Welcome to the new fresh edition of WHTV.
We have some fresh new faces here on the staff, including Mallory, and you'll see most of us on our broadcasts throughout the trimester. In today's show, we have a great story on last weekend's Seafood Festival, as well as highlights of Winnicott's football games.
But first, the new school year has brought some changes to the way things work here at Winnicott. The new rule that I'm most pumped about is the cell phone rule. We can use our cell phones at breaks or lunches. We have a story with Mr. McGowan about the new rule.
Cell phones are a very important part of high school. This year at Winnicott, there's a new rule that lets you use your phone in the hallway between classes and at lunch. Let's check it out.
The new policy is students can use cell phones while they're in the hallways between classes, during break, and during lunch. To make it easier, cell phones cannot be used anytime there's class time except block 4. So you can't go to class, ask the teacher to go to the bathroom, and use your cell phone in the bathroom. So anytime where there's no class time, you can use your cell phone.
Mr. McGowan and the school administration believed it was too difficult to control the previous rule, so this new one allows them to be more in control.
You guys are very adept at using cell phones and texting while we don't know about it. Part of our goal is to teach students to be responsible and make the right decisions. Part of it is instructing students how to use the cell phone properly, give the opportunity for students to use it when they can, but at the same time recognize that there's times and places not to use it, and they need to turn them off.
I think the new cell phone policy is fine.
Yeah, I really like the new policy on cell phones.
Alright, well, cell phone policy, I guess it's pretty good, but you could do 2 texts in 4 minutes if you want to, but what's the point of even doing it at lunch if your friends are in class? They get in trouble, but I guess it's a win-win.
Alright, I gotta go. Bye. Alright, so remember these simple rules, and you can have a fun, enjoyable year. This still isn't allowed.
You know, that's not the only change this year. Anyone taking an English class right now knows what I'm talking about. It's called SSR, Silent Sustained Reading. So I talked to Mr. Hobbs and Mr. DeBoule to see what's going on with SSR. Roll the clip.
One of the things that we ask teachers is, when was the last time you had 20 minutes without cell phones, without distractions, just to sit back and enjoy a book? And that's really what we're after. We're after choice. Kids can read what they want. They can read magazines. They can read nonfiction. They can read the daily newspaper if they want, the Winter Chronicle. Or they can read a modern text. You know, the article last year in Winter Chronicle said English classes focused a lot on classics and not so much on the modern kind of texts. Hey, guess what? We're trying to incorporate that in our new curriculum. And, you know, it's fun. It should be a nice learning experience for us. We say that we can teach kids how to read, write, think, and speak.
According to Mr. Hobbs, it is also good for students because not only is it quiet enough for them to concentrate on the book, it means that they get to pick a book of their own choice. Some students do agree with Mr. Hobbs.
I don't mind SSR because I think reading is fun, but I think definitely that the school should keep it up because they'll help our test grades and make us an all-around smarter school.
The reasons why we are doing SSR right now, reading is essentially a skill. And once you learn how to read, you don't ever really forget how to read, but you don't get any better at reading unless you practice it.
According to our librarians, students have taken out an average of 100 books a day in the first 2 weeks of school. Last spring, the average was about 25.
That's a lot of page turning. It's more than I've done in my 4 years here. But let's talk about what really matters at this school, football. And if you haven't been to a game yet, check it out this Friday. Suge Knight has the clip.
shall win. Let it be by the code. Let it be by the code. Faith and honor held high. Faith and honor held high. If we shall lose. If we shall lose. Let us stand by the road. Let us stand by the road. Cheers and winners go by. Cheers and winners go by. Day by day. Day by day. We got better. Get better.
Come to tonight's game and see it for yourself. And next week is Spirit Week, and the cheerleaders are in their own competition with Exeter, and you can help. Miss Hennessy has the word on how you can be involved.
So the Winnicott cheerleaders are competing against the Exeter cheerleaders on who can create the largest spirit chain for the homecoming game on Saturday of Spirit Week. Essentially, who has the longest spirit chain wins a plaque, and we'll be selling spirit links during all lunches next week, Spirit Week, $1 for one, 6 for $5, and 15 for 10. Now, not only are you buying a spirit link to help us beat Exeter, but you can have a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to Las Olas. So when you buy a strip, your name goes on it, your name gets announced at the game, and you can go and eat for free at Las Olas. So please support your cheerleaders, help us beat Exeter, buy a spirit link from someone at lunch or at the Friday night game, which is over.
All the money from this event will be given to charity, so feel free to deduct it from your taxes at the end of the year.
And the biggest story of last weekend was definitely the Seafood Fest. I worked, but in case you missed it, Ryan Flagg has the story.
Hey, Winnicott, I'm here today on Saturday. It's the second day of the 2010 Hampton Seafood Festival, and we're gonna catch a ride over there. What is the Seafood Fest? Seafood Fest is a place where vendors and restaurants can come and show off their food. The crowd is huge. A lot of people go, and a lot of people enjoy the food there. I got a lot of interviews from a bunch of vendors, so let's check them out.
We've been at the Seafood Fest, I think, 11 years now. The harbor's been open for, I think, 18. The Seafood Fest is probably the crowds. I really enjoy the crowds. Also, I like the fact we're making money. It's good for the town. Town seems to make a fair amount of money because each vendor pays a fair amount of money for a spot. I won't tell you how much, but it's kind of pricey. And the parking, you wouldn't believe the money they make on parking.
What do you like most about the festival?
So much seafood.
It's my first time doing lobster ice cream and blueberry cake. Seeing people's surprise on their face when they realize lobster ice cream really is excellent, and it complements my cookies very well.
Oswald. What? Oswald. What's that?
Oswald.
From where? Don't worry, if you miss this year, you can always come next year. And really, the only bad side is crowds. Besides that, food's great, and you'll have a lot of fun.
And finally, the Power School portal is opening. That means you'd better get your homework assignments in. I'm not sure if students new to our school had Power School last year, but it's a way for you and your parents to see your grades online 24/7.
Well, that's all, Winnicott. Remember, next week is Exeter Week, meaning Spirit Week. Monday is Twin Day.
And I'm definitely dressing up as Mike Trainer. And Tuesday is Neon Day, the most fun time of the week.
This is Mike Trainer telling Winnicott to keep it fresh.
And I'm Tyler Anderson. Have a great day, Winnicott, and see you at the game.